Hello and welcome to our English news coming to you from Canal. First, the top stories of the news. Army General Saeed Chingriha, Minister Delegate to the National Defense Minister, PNA Chief of Staff, heads to Tbilisi, belonging to the 5th Military Region, to inspect the troops taking part in the quality operation, eliminating 6 terrorists. Africa-Europe meeting of court bailiffs in Algerie is an opportunity to share experiences for a good running of the justice sector. And implementing the agreement concluded during the Algiers IATF edition at the heart of a meeting held by the Algerian Agency for Promoting Investment. Welcome back. First in our news, a serious blow for the remaining terrorist groups in Algeria, with 6 terrorists eliminated in the locality of Tlijan in Tbilisi province belonging to the 6th Military Region, a quality operation leading the Army General Saeed Chingriha to head to the region to inspect and convey the greetings and congratulations of the President of the Republic to the troops taking part in this heroic action. More details with Melissa Kabash.
As part of the intensive efforts deployed by the different units of the People's National Army within the framework of the fight against terrorism, detachments of the PNA eliminated during the night of September 23rd 6 terrorists and recovered 6 Kalashnikov type submachine guns, and also recovered a significant quantity of ammunition in Tlijan locality in the province of Tbilisi, belonging to the 5th Military Region. Army General Saeed Chingriha, Minister Delegate to the Ministry of National Defense, PNA Chief of Staff, headed to the operation venue, where he inspected along with Major General Noordin Hambli, Commander of the 5th Military Region, the military units taking part in this quality operation.
أنا حبيت نوصل للمكان اللي كنتوا تعاملوا فيه.
On the spot, the Army General thanked them for their demonstrations, as his presence was to observe the outstanding results achieved during this operation, which led to the elimination of 6 terrorists. He also conveyed the support of the High Command of the People's National Army, extending his heartfelt congratulations with those of the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, High Commander of the Armed Forces, National Defense Minister.
كذلك رئيس الجمهورية القائد الأعلى للقوات المسلحة وزير الدفاع الوطني الذي يهنيكم ويشكركم كل الشكر.
Conveying his deep appreciation, wishing health and success in carrying out their missions in defense of our beloved Algeria. Moreover, the Army General indicated that the PNA remains firmly committed to the total eradication of all terrorism residue, thanking and congratulating once again those present, wishing them every success.
مصمم كل التصميم على القضاء كليا على ما تبقى من الإرهابيين. أشكركم جزيل الشكر وتهانية الخالصة ونتمنى لكم كل النجاح.
Subsequently, he provided guidelines urging the personnel to redouble their efforts to safeguard the nation and citizens and to continue combating the remaining terrorist groups with determination and pride. This operation, coming in the wake of a series of successful counter-terrorism actions, denotes once more the determination of our forces to rid the country of terrorist groups and to root out the scourge from the national territory.
To another story now, Algiers is hosting the 7th Africa-Europe meeting of court bailiffs, bringing together over 1,000 participants to push digitalization, modernization and cross-border cooperation. The event underscores Algeria's rising international role and the bailiffs' key mission in justice and economic trust. Coverage by Badia Amrani, taken up by Melissa Lila Balaman.
The 7th Africa-Europe meeting of court bailiffs is a major event with a clear objective: to build lasting bridges between African and European judicial systems through harmonized rules, modernized procedures, and stronger cooperation in enforcing court decisions.
وليس مصادفة أن تحتفل الجزائر اليوم
By hosting the 7th Africa-Europe meeting of court bailiffs, Algeria reaffirms its international standing. Its selection for this high-profile event reflects both its growing influence in Africa and its broader global role.
زاد تأثيرها الدولي المعهود.
These meetings reflect how court bailiffs are in step with the state's priorities, improving the business and investment climate, supporting the national economy, and helping create a more attractive environment for both domestic and foreign investors.
جيدة للمستثمرين سواء الأجانب أو الوطنيين.
Collaborer avec l'Union internationale.
We aim to collaborate with the International Union of Court Bailiffs to fulfill its mission across the continent, while also promoting training to continually strengthen our members' professional skills.
Des capacités professionnelles de ses membres.
I've seen how quickly Algeria is advancing in this field, especially with electronic signatures. Algeria is introducing this technology and will likely play a leading role in Africa.
D'introduire également en Algérie, et je pense que là aussi l'Algérie va certainement jouer un rôle prépondérant au sein du continent africain.
The event provides a unique opportunity to exchange experiences and best practices, confront common challenges, and adapt justice systems to a world in constant transformation.
Le thème est un thème novateur.
The theme is innovative because the profession is facing new challenges. A new paradigm for bailiffs is emerging, one that must adapt to political and economic change.
Changements économiques et politiques.
On voit les rapprochements qu'on peut faire.
We see how we are all in the same boat, different cultures, system and procedures, but the principle is the same. Digitalization highlights the importance of the human role visible in Africa, Algeria and Europe alike. Hosting this in Algeria is an honor with over 1,000 participants, one of the biggest turnouts we've ever had.
De pouvoir organiser ça ici en Algérie. On a plus de 1000 personnes, c'est une des premières fois. On a autant de monde.
Digitalization, electronic deeds, paperless procedures, and data security will be central to the discussions. Court bailiffs are expected to become key players in this digital revolution.
Algeria is also expected to soon join the Apostille Convention, which eases the recognition of public documents abroad, including university diplomas.
À l'étranger, y compris les diplômes universitaires.
The meetings will also underscore the social role of bailiffs, serving as the link between citizens and justice, upholding the rule of law, and playing an essential role in dispute settlement. At the close of the event, recommendations will be adopted to better protect citizens and strengthen the reach of judicial decisions beyond national borders.
Tasked by the President of the Republic, the Labour and Social Security Minister, Abdel Haq Saihi, took part in the meeting on international sustainable economy held in New York on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly. Abdel Haq Saihi expounded Algeria's approach to reform the world financial system and consolidate sustainable development so as to establish a balanced world economic system to serve all countries and enhance peace and development throughout the world. The State Minister, Minister of Foreign Affairs, National Community Abroad and African Affairs, Ahmed Attaf, held a series of bilateral meetings with European counterparts. To this effect, he met the Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Foreign Affairs of European Affairs of Slovenia, Tanja Fajon. The two sides tackled ways and means of implementing the outcomes of the President's last visit to Slovenia last May, notably the first non-governmental High Joint Commission. The talks held with the Spanish opposite number José Manuel Albares centered on the progress made so far in enhancing partnership between the two countries in the economic field and other priority domains. Moreover, Ahmed Attaf reviewed with the Dutch counterpart David Van Wel bilateral relations and prospects of further upgrading them, in addition to a set of regional and international issues of common interest. Taking the floor during the high-level meeting held by the UN Security Council and devoted to Ukraine, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, National Community, Abroad and African Affairs, Ahmed Attaf, hailed the initiatives made during the current year to establish dialogue and negotiations, and reiterating Algeria's support for this option, seeking world security. The former prominent journalist Ahmed Ben Yaqub passed away at the age of 78 of long illness and a brilliant career as an anchor presenter at the national television. Following this ordeal, the General Communication Directorate of the Presidency extended its heartfelt condolences to the late family as well as to his colleagues at the EPTV. For their part, the Communication Minister and General Manager of the Algerian television conveyed their sincere condolences. To Allah we belong, and to him we shall return. By rallying investors after the Intra-African Trade Fair, the APP, or the Algerian Agency for Promoting Investment, is turning multi-billion-dollar contracts into real business ventures, offering technical, financial and logistical backing to ensure projects move from paper to practice. Coverage by Naima Loulish, taken up by Melissa Lila Balaman.
At the close of the Intra-African Trade Fair, the API brought together a dozen business operators who had signed contracts with public and private partners. The aim is to hear their concerns and provide support to turn these agreements into concrete, lasting ventures.
Nous avons recensé un volume de contrats.
We identified $5 billion in investment contracts out of the $11.5 billion signed at IATF. We invited key project leaders to understand their needs and expectations from the API to move their projects forward.
Porteurs de projets pour voir quels sont leurs besoins.
Companies in energy, agri-food, steel and electronics that had flagged potential hurdles welcomed the API's pledge to clear the way.
On sent un soutien. Et on n'est pas livré à nous-mêmes en Afrique.
We feel supported. We're not left on our own in Africa. This was the backing we needed, and we're grateful. It gives us confidence, and we saw an immediate reaction in the room. We were also reassured that our country's top authorities are seriously engaged.
Se penche sérieusement sur cet accompagnement.
L'accompagnement de l'API pour s'assurer.
The API's role in ensuring contracts are carried out is a strong signal, helping us find solutions to any challenges ahead.
Aider à trouver toutes les solutions nécessaires à toute problématique.
Donc nous avons signé un contrat avec un partenaire ougandais.
For example, we signed a $200 million contract with a partner in Gandhi, covering 2 lines, cocoa processing and coffee processing. I'm optimistic we've already started putting the project into motion.
Du café, d'une valeur estimée à $200 millions.
On est très satisfait.
We're very satisfied with the progress. Contracts have already been made with our partner to speed up implementation. We also welcome the API's commitment on behalf of the state to creating the right conditions for success.
Très satisfait.
With its technical, financial and logistical support, the API is cementing its role as a key catalyst for turning the IATF's promises into real business deals.
You are still watching Canal Algérie. Coming up in our news. The 50th anniversary of the Sahrawi national unity is commemorated with several events to mark this milestone in the struggle for independence. Welcome back to our news. Now to the international news. Another bloody day in Gaza as the 73 Palestinians fell martyrs in bombings carried out by the Zionist army in the enclave. According to the Palestinian news agency WAFA and medical sources, the death toll has gone beyond 65,000 victims since October the 7th, 2023, while many people are still stuck under rubble. In the meantime, the humanitarian situation keeps always worsening and threatening more lives. From La'youn refugee camp, Sahrawi men, women and youth continue to reaffirm their unwavering commitment to the project of national Sahrawi unity. Their spirit remains high and unbreakable despite the occupiers' maneuvers. Melissa Kebash with more details.
To mark 50 years of struggle in Al Ayoun refugee camp, generations of Sahrawi gathered to not only share the burden of displacement, but their deep-rooted attachment to the cause of national unity.
هي صرخة من جماهير مخيمات العزة والكرامة وصرخة كذلك من خلال جماهيرنا.
Our voices unify today to mark 50 years of fighting, of resisting, and our will to pursue the fight till we gain independence. All this falls within the framework of national unity and the attachment of Sahrawis to their cohesion. Faced by an enemy seeking division, this only strengthens our determination. National unity is the solution that will put an end to all maneuvers of the occupier.
Political prisoners were not forgotten. Those who were detained by the occupier are another evidence of Sahrawi's will to maintain the fight until freedom is gained. We fully support our compatriots locked up in the occupied territories and the prisoners of Gdi Mizek, especially Sahrawi women. We remain faithful to our cause despite the violations committed by the enemy to sabotage the National Unity Project. Sahrawi people remain faithful to the national project under the aegis of the Popular Front of Liberation of Saqia al-Hamara and that of Rio de Oro, as the legitimate representative that will achieve the aspirations of the Sahrawi people regarding self-determination and the edification of an independent Sahrawi state. Under the aegis of the Polisario Front, the only legitimate representative of the Sahrawi people, stands a determined and unified population, willing to pursue the fight while proudly transmitting the traditions of solidarity and resistance to young generations.
To the weekly report of the PNA, which carried out successful operations over the past week, denoting professionalism, vigilance and readiness throughout the national territory. As part of fighting organised crime and drug trafficking, PNA detachment, in coordination with different security services, intercepted 50 drug traffickers and thwarted attempts to introduce 7 quintals and 54 kilograms of processed cannabis hailing from the Moroccan borders, and seized huge quantities of psychotropic tablets in Tamaras, Burj Beji Mukhtar, Ain Salah and Ain Gazam and Janet. PNA units arrested 627 individuals and seized 19 vehicles, in addition to other equipment used in illegal gold panning operations. 10 other individuals in their possessions, weapons, fuel and other foodstuff destined to speculation and smuggling were arrested. And finally, Coastal Guard followed attempts of illegal migration, rescued 251 individuals on board Dignies, while 832 different nationalities were arrested across the national territory. Sports now, and in a residual game of the 5th week of the National Football Championship, GS Kabylie snatched its first victory of the season by defeating ES Mostaganem with 1-0 in Hussein Day in Hussein 8 Ahmed Stadium in Tizi Ouzou province. Let's follow how the goal was scored.
هايلة مرفوعة بالراس داخل منطقة العملية. أول أهداف المباراة لمصلحة شبيبة القبائل في الدقيقة 21. هناك فرحة من جانب الشبيبة، هناك احتجاج من جانب عناصر ترجي مستغانم. أول أهداف المباراة سنشاهد بالرأس، بعد ذلك المتابعة من صار في شباك بهذه الطريقة الأولى من محيوس، الثانية من صار في شباك الحارس بلحي، الرأسية الأولى والثانية. بلحي لم يتمكن من هذه الكرة وخروج ربما غير موفق. سنشاهد من صار أو من محيوس بعد ذلك المتابعة.
A praiseworthy victory for GS Kabylie. With this we come to the end of our news bulletin. Keep tuning to our channel and programs. Take care. Bye-bye for now.